Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, today's video, it's got a little something to do with yesterday's video. You know what? I was actually really proud of yesterday's video. After I did it, I pinned a comment at the top because I started to even think of more similarities, just stark obvious similarities between what I was talking about in yesterday's. If you watch yesterday's video, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I almost thought about doing a part 2 to it, but that's not what this is. I came across I look at what's trending, what's going viral. All the news stories, a lot of them are sports related. And I came across a story about Jack Del Rio, defensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders. You guys know that I'm honest to a fault. I'm gonna tell you guys this. I did not know. I had to look up. I had to Google Washington Commanders because I did not. I thought at first, I kind of thought they might be a basketball team. Then I saw defensive coordinator, and that's got to be football, right? Okay, so you know what? That stuff just isn't important to me. I'm gonna get into that more in a second. So all you Trump supporters, all you guys that think see yourselves as alpha male Trump supporters, you might want to wait to start typing in the comments before let me finish this video. Okay, Jack Del Rio. He tweeted something about, he called the January 6th, this is what got him suspended from, I think he got suspended from Twitter. I'm not sure if he got suspended. I think he might have got suspended from the football team too. The links will be down below. I can't take too much of this guy. I was just looking at what he said. The repercussions from it, I didn't pay that much attention to, so you can see it, look it up yourselves. But he called January 6th, he said it was just a dust up, And he goes on to talk about the summer of 2020, the BLM protests that happened that summer. And all these people lost their businesses and fire. And January 6th was just a dust up. And how come they're not looking into that? And a lot of people took offense to that, calling an overthrow of democracy. Like I said in yesterday's video, never before in this entire country has a president or any politician not peacefully handed over transition of power. But actually, this was an insurrection. What else do you call this? They were going into the Capitol. We all heard what they were saying. They were going there to overthrow the people's vote, overthrow democracy. And Jack Del Rio calls this it's a little dust up. He thinks it's he's got a grievance. He thinks as a white male he's being picked on. Why isn't it justice for these people that ruined the Foot Lockers? So you know what? I looked this up. And there was more damage than I really thought about. I mean, it was basically in St. Paul, Minneapolis, Seattle. There was a courthouse that was damaged. It's about 1,500 businesses damaged. 100 of them totaled. About 17 people arrested. Okay. You look at what's going on January 6th. And like I said, to me, there's a big difference between vandalizing a Foot Locker and trying to overthrow the government, and more than that, just overthrow the democracy of the United States. And I see that difference. But then all of a sudden, something occurred to me. I was comparing the two groups, and this is what the video is really about here. Something obvious occurred to me. If you watch all the replays from January 6th, when they're first going into the Capitol, one thing I noticed something. Every person they break in and they bust out a window, and they're going in. There's about 10, 5, 10, 12, 15, 20, 50 people going in these areas the windows or doors that they broke down. And I noticed something about them that I did not see at all. I compared. I'll put the links down below. I compared to the nights of protest in the summer of 2020 with George Floyd, and I compared some of the stuff I saw. And all those guys, all those men and women streaming into the Capitol, every single one of them had a camera. It's like they were all in their own little world. They all had their selfies going. and they're filming themselves and talking to their cameras. If you watch replays of this, and they're filming themselves in the Capitol, they're all in their own little world. It's like they're not even paying attention to each other, really. I mean, there's the one or two people shouting, "Come on, come on," and kind of leading them, and he's filming himself too. But if you watch this, it really sticks out once you see it. Every single one of them, every single one is holding a camera of a selfie and filming himself. And I looked at the BLM stuff from that summer, and a lot of it, it started to occur to me that these people, was there a difference in attitude? This is my opinion. The protest and the BLM thing, the BLM issues throughout the summer of 2020, to me, it appears to be more real protest. That they were there to speak their mind, they were angry. And it wasn't about filming it, a selfie that could go viral. Then I started thinking a little deeper into this. And it was at night. And a lot of these people can't be identified. That's one of the big things that why so many of the January 6th people are arrested is because they filmed them. About 95% of them filmed themselves doing all these crimes proudly. And if you look at the stuff that happened with BLM, that didn't happen. And to me, it seemed like it was a more authentic protest. It wasn't about showing the people at home how cool. Look, Ma, I'm breaking in the Capitol. Look, Ma, I'm overthrowing democracy. And I started to think about this a little deeper. And I started to think about the issues, the difference in the people. It was a little more younger, and to me, a little more authentic, upset protest. It was about, we had enough, and that's what I saw in the protests with George Floyd. And if you watch these people flowing in with their cameras, you start to see, it seems to me that they're filming it so somebody else could see what they're doing. And if you listen to what they're saying in these selfies, it's evident. They're almost all in their own little worlds. And I started thinking, are they filming this for the people at home, for their mothers and fathers? A lot of them are middle-aged. So I started thinking, are they divorced? Are they trying to get back their wives or their husbands? Look, Marge, look what I'm doing. Come back to me. I got heart, Marge. Don't divorce me. Is it something like that? Are they trying to make their kids proud? Probably not. But then I really started thinking about it. I started thinking about what all these people that were arrested for January 6th, what they said. They all said, Trump invited me to come. I was doing this for Donald Trump. And I'm sure you guys have heard this by now. And I started thinking about that. And I started thinking about, I've talked about this before, and it always freaks me out. These stickers, these flags of Donald Trump, his head with a headband, and the body of Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, with the pecs and the shoulders and everything. And I see guys, almost all guys, my age, flying these flags. And I'm like, I don't get this, man. They got some half-naked, buff dude on a flag that they are worshiping. Doesn't it, and I started thinking about daddy issues, man. These people have daddy issues. I throughout my years using, I became very familiar. I made the mistake of dating girls that, I don't know if it's cool saying daddy issues, but a lot of them didn't have a father and got into using, and that's a lot of the girls I dated. And I noticed, that they expected to be treated badly. They were looking for a replacement. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know a lot about it, but I learned that I deserve a different type of woman. That I can't fix some of these women because it always ended badly. I treated them good, and I thought that would be great because they weren't used to be treated good, and it always bit me in the end. I learned that I really need a different kind of woman. And I started thinking about these guys. And these guys are going out of their way, getting arrested, breaking into the Capitol to please this father figure. And they're all filming it with the hopes of, it's obvious that they're filming it for some reason, either to make money, like on YouTube. But more than that, as you see them talk, you really get the impression that they're filming it for somebody at home, for their wife that's going to divorce them, their mom whose basement they're in, or more than likely, daddy issues with Donald Trump. Like I said, I could never picture getting a picture of Barack Obama's head and putting it on Muhammad Ali's body and putting that on a flag and waving it around proudly. Yeah, Barack Obama. You know, the revenge tour. You know, no, man, no, it's not going to happen. You know, and it's so obvious to me. And then these are the same guys that seem to be so uptight about the LGBTQ community, and yet they can't see that. You know, they can't see their own obvious issues. You know, worshiping, trying to please this alpha. Is it because they picture him as the lead alpha male and they're all betas trying to please Big Daddy Trump? Because that's what it really looks like. If you listen to these guys as they were trying to explain themselves in court, they were there for Donald Trump because Donald Trump asked them to, you know, and they're filming themselves. They're going to put it on all social media, and maybe Donald Trump will see it, and he'll love me, and he'll give me affection, and he'll give me the validating that I deserve. I think these people, maybe they don't need to go to jail. Maybe they need some counseling. All right, you guys, let me know what you think. Have a good Sunday.